A 17-year-old matric pupil in Johannesburg is facing an uncertain future after finding out that her identity was stolen. She has been unable to apply for tertiary education for next year. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala joins us now from their home. Nqobile, it's another sad story relating to identity theft, and we can see in these stories how it really has the power to disrupt and basically stop someone's life and aspirations. You've been talking to the family. Share with our viewers who are just joining us what they've said.
Well, Iman, the family has just explained how it's been months of going back and forth from various departments, including basic education, going to home affairs, and even going as far as opening a case with the police and trying to find out what really occurred with her identity number. We understand that already it appears in the system as somebody who has already passed her matric, who wrote in 2023, and she therefore cannot register for 2025, having also written in 2024 her matric. It seems, according to Home Affairs, there is no duplicate. This is what the parents were saying. However, someone is already using her identity. Iman, she joins me here now. She's just a 17-year-old who's hopeful, of course, that you pass your matric.
Yes, I'm very hopeful.
Tell me about how this has affected you.
Well, this has affected me because I feel quite demotivated, you know. Everyone wants to matriculate and move to the next stage. But I feel like with this situation, it's kind of hard to move forward because you never know if you matriculate or that other person's identity will hinder you from success. Yeah.
And you were registering online, trying
Yes.
to get a space to study. What were you going to study?
I was going to study multimedia, specifically photography, because that's what interests me. I really also like the editing aspect of photography. I like editing more than taking the picture itself.
And what happened then when you went online?
So we started applying for university 2024, April, I believe. It was just after I received like my first report for term 1, grade 12. So when we were applying, we started to put my results in my ID. So I applied using my grade 11 marks. So when we put the information into the system, it pre-populated someone else's results from 2023. And we were surprised because we were like, these aren't my results, but it was someone else's. So with those persons' results being there, we couldn't go further with the application process because the system was telling us you already matriculated in 2023.
And obviously this has been a very daunting time for you. Have you been able to speak to someone, your friends, anyone?
I have spoken to one close friend, but I've mostly kept it hush-hush. It's not something like you speak openly about. My parents know, and my close relatives, that's about it.
Yeah. Why do you feel that it has to be hush-hush?
I just feel like it's not something I feel necessarily proud of sharing, you know. The society we live in, succeeding is such a big thing, and I feel like failure isn't something it's recognized, but it's not something that people applaud, like, yes, failure. It's always success. So it's not something I feel comfortable, like, openly sharing that I'm struggling. Struggling isn't good. Our society encourages passing, success, yeah.
And obviously, I'd imagine you also want to pass this year.
Yes, I really do.
All right. If you had a chance to speak to officials out there, what would you say?
I would say that, how do I put this? I feel like we need to be more inclined to like check our systems. Like, I don't understand how taking someone else's identity has become so normalized. Like, someone else cannot continue with their future because someone else has stolen their identity. I'd also encourage people to have more sympathy towards these type of situations, because everyone always sees stuff like this. My story, it's always just a story, you know. It's always like, this would never happen to me, until it actually happens to you and it hits you, and it's like, oh, this my life has become a story essentially. And everyone always looks at stuff like this like it could never be me, but it could actually be you. And I would encourage people to have more sympathy towards situations like this. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nkosazana Dhlamini, for speaking to us. Iman, she is the matriculant that's still waiting for her results, but like you heard from her, this is a difficult journey, and she wants her identity back, really, so that she's able to continue with her studies, but she can't continue at this moment until that has been sorted.
Nqobile, Madlala, just listening to Nkosazana's story there, literally seeing a life that is stopping. And we have to share with our viewers as well recourse that they have in stories like these, reminding us that it's a possibility that our identity has been stolen. What can we do about it? And we'll bring you that in a follow-up a little bit later on. Now,